Yo, what's happening guys, and welcome back to a brand new Modern Warfare video. Hello guys, hope you're all doing well today. Guys, today we're going to be talking about Modern Warfare dying, basically. And pretty much Modern Warfare is not going to change. I'm just making that, this is pretty much like just a public service announcement, guys. If you're waiting for Modern Warfare to change, it's not going to happen. Now, I want to talk about Swag's video. My dude Swag was over at Infinity Ward, probably testing out the Season 1 update, which is coming out on the 3rd of December. He was asking the developers about a lot of things that we want to know about, which fair play to Swag for actually doing that. Looks like a really awesome update actually. 2 new weapons, free maps for 6v6, free maps for 2v2, brand new ground war map, new operators. There's going to be a battle pass. I think it's going to be the biggest content update ever in Call of Duty. So it's going to be an awesome update. But at the same time, there's still going to be the same issues in the game that we've got now. And as much as we can enjoy the new content for a little while, you know, once we've sort of got over the Christmas feeling of, you know, getting something new, we're going to be back to the same old shit, unfortunately. Now, I actually recorded a video yesterday or the day before where I just went out on a completely all-out fucking rant on this game. I'm going to play you guys a clip from the video because I actually sent it to my friend and he thought it was hilarious. But I decided not to upload that. I completely went in and ranted on that video. Obviously, it's just to make bad players good and good players. Fuck the good players who've been playing this game for 10 years. Fuck them, dude. You know, we'll fucking teach them for being good. We'll put them in skill-based matchmaking lobbies that forces them to play fucking sweaty games every single game. Yeah, you know, you've played this game for 10 years. Fuck you. Oh, you play Battlefield and you say like Call of Duty fucking sucks. You know, come on in, mate. Come on in. Here, have yourself a little fucking 725. Oh, do you like tanks? Do you like tanks? Yo, check out our ground war mode. We nerfed the tanks, but we didn't really fucking nerf them. Like these guys, they need to fucking wake up. This game is dying. Like, so many of my friends have quit this game. Everybody I talk to who still plays the game, they fucking hate it. But they're just waiting for this big update. But in today's video, I want to talk about the biggest issues that the game has got. Infinity Ward are refusing to listen to us, and that's the bottom line here, folks. We know what needs to be fixed. We as Call of Duty fans who've been here for years know what's wrong with this game, but Infinity Ward, they've got their own vision, and to be honest with you, know, I've said this before. Alright, somebody's car horn's going off. I've said this before, we're in the vocal minority. You know, people on Reddit and people on Twitter and stuff, we make up probably like 5% of the game's player base. Infinity Ward is not really going to make wholesale changes based on our feedback, which I think is stupid because realistically, look, there's a lot of influencers who are not that happy with the game. It's not just people who are like in the top 5% who watch videos. Casual people watch videos, people like to see good gameplay, which, you know, that's really fucking few and far between these days unless you're reverse boosting. People do watch YouTubers like Drifter, Exclusive Ace for, you know, tips and tricks. And look, even those guys are burnt out on this game already. This game is honestly dying, and Infinity Ward refused to fix it. So I'm going to talk about Swag's video. I'm going to leave a link to his video in the description. I don't know if this video is going to get a lot of views or anything. Obviously, Swag's a much bigger YouTuber than I am. But if you guys haven't subscribed to Swag, he's a fucking amazing player and a great person as well. So go drop a sub to him. Go check out his video. He's on the road to a milli. And if you did enjoy today's video, drop a sub to me as well, I would appreciate it. But basically, he asked them a few questions. So first off, he asked them about Dead Silence. And they said that they're not really looking to make Dead Silence a perk, but they're probably looking at, you know, reducing the footstep distance or footstep volume. So that's one of the things that the community's been asking for, which we're not going to receive. Now, he talked about red dots on the minimap. They said that that was not part of... Guys, can you hear that fucking car horn in the background of this video? It's doing my head in. But he asked about the red dots on the minimap. And they pretty much said that that's not how the game was designed. You know, it's their design philosophy that they don't want people hunting down people using red dots on the minimap. Which, I mean, let's be fucking honest here. You know, if they don't want us sitting looking at the minimap all the time, we have to look at the minimap and a compass. So it's like twice as bad. You're spending half the time looking at the minimap and half the time looking at the compass, trying to work out where people are on the UI. I feel like I spend more time looking at the UI in this game than I've ever done, because I have to look at two separate things. They talked about Ghost, and, you know, they essentially said that Ghost has always been like this in Infinity Ward games. I think the huge difference between this and, like, let's say Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2 is if you take, for example, Call of Duty 4, you had Juggernaut, and you also had Stopping Power in the same category as Ghost. I think Overkill as well. I think Overkill and Rapid Fire were in there in Call of Duty 4, correct me if I'm wrong. You had to fucking sacrifice a lot to use Ghost in that game, like, not that many people used it. Even though everybody was running a UAV in that game because you had no other choice, most people run Stopping Power or Juggernaut because, you know, if you want to be sneaky and you don't want to be on the radar all the time, you have to give up either having more health or more bullet damage. So that was a huge trade-off. If you actually look at this game, apart from restock, there's nothing else that you would really trade in Ghost for. it just wouldn't make any sense to use the other ones. So I just think that Ghost is very unbalanced in Modern Warfare in particular. In Modern Warfare 2, you had Stopping Power and Danger Close, which if you guys don't remember, Danger Close used to give you higher explosive damage, which is why people were insanely good with noob tubes in that game and claymores and stuff like that. So in Modern Warfare 2, you had Cold Blooded, which was basically Ghost in that game, undetectable by UAVs, and then no red crossbar on your name when targeted. And that was in the same category as Stopping Power, Lightweight, Danger Close, which like I said gave you extra explosive damage, and extra air support damage as well. If you had a chopper gunner with Danger Close Pro, you were one-shotting everything, and obviously Hardline as well. So like that was a huge trade-off. In this game, the trade-off just simply isn't there. Like Restock, I usually run Restock in all honesty, and you know what, it's not really worth like swapping in Ghost for realistically, because I mean sure you get an extra claymore, but most people run EOD now. I mean you could run Point Man so you can earn your kill streaks even slower. Not really anybody's doing that. High Alert, which gives you a little pulse when people aim at you. Bro, you're dead in 2 seconds, like, you know, it doesn't make a difference. And Kill Chain is one of the ones I maybe would swap it in for. You know, every so often in Ground War, I'll start off the game with Kill Chain, compared to something that gives you more bullet damage, gives you overpowered noob tubes, gives you more health. You know, there's nowhere near as much of a trade-off for Ghost in this game. I think it was since Black Ops 2 that they fixed Ghost, where you have to move in order for it to actually work. That's what they need to do with this. Because realistically, people who just lie down and camp in the corner all game, it's what's ruining Modern Warfare in a lot of ways. Now, he was talking about the UAV being something that's, you know, a reward. You know, the thing is, you can't really get a reward from a UAV if people are using Ghost. That's one of the things that he was sort of saying with, you know, not putting dots on the minimap. Like, that doesn't really make sense to me. I can understand where he's coming from, but, you know, in actuality, that's not how it is in the game. So that's that, folks. We're not getting Ghost fixed, we're not getting Dead Silence as a perk, we're not getting red dots on the minimap, we're probably not even going to get the minimap zoomed out. I think we're pretty fucked here, folks. One of the things he talked about as well was skill-based matchmaking. Apparently Joe gave him a similar sort of answer to what they said in that interview with Game Informer, where he's sort of hemming and hawing. You know, he said he can't really talk about it, but then he said that they're sort of constantly looking at it and constantly adjusting it. Guys, I don't know about you, but fucking skill-based matchmaking seems to be getting stronger. I think it's just because of, you know, how time is moving on. You know, more and more people are dropping out of the high categories, and it's just becoming even fucking sweatier. Everybody's unlocking all the perks, which is obviously a huge problem that this game's got with no prestige system. Whenever you prestiged in the previous Call of Duties, you lost all your attachments, you lost all your perks, you had to start from scratch, and not everybody was a fucking laser with the M4. In this game, you literally have to earn Ghost once, you have to earn everything once, and that's it, you've got it for the entire year. That's one of the big problems which a lot of people don't really think about when it comes to prestiging. The officer rank system, I've got about 91 I think completed out of 100. I'm almost complete on most of the challenges in that. Like, that's not a good system compared to prestiging, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I was never hugely, you know, into prestiging, but you don't really seem to get much reward for doing officer challenges. And, you know, furthermore, you're actually getting sort of fucked over that everybody can use all of the best perks, all of the best guns, all of the best attachments. As time goes on, skill-based matchmaking is going to feel even worse and worse, because everybody's going to get all their guns gold, and, you know, eventually everybody's just going to start using only the best weapons, which, you know, is sort of the case at the moment. Like, most lobbies you go into, if you're a decently skilled player, is it going to consist of M4s, MP5s, MP7s, not so much 725 anymore. I've definitely seen a reduction in the amount of 725s that I do see, but you're only going to see the most powerful weapons for the most part. Like, I very rarely see P90s, I very rarely see Scars, AKs. I've been trying to level up the AK-74U, and it has been a bit of a nightmare because I'm just getting fucking beamed by even Kilos as well. Kilo's probably the second most popular gun in the game, I think. You know, so that's really the huge problem. There's just no variety in the lobbies. We've talked about skill-based matchmaking. It literally just ruins the game. And Infinity Ward have no intentions of putting it anywhere. Apparently, according to a guy who came out on Twitter yesterday from Respawn, he said that skill-based matchmaking is going to be a norm in gaming, and that it benefits 90% of players. I just think that's complete fucking horseshit, to be honest with you. I can understand there being a smaller bracket at the bottom for people who are disabled, and people who are just fucking terrible, and, you know, literally can just barely run with the joypad. I can sort of understand that. I can sort of understand that if you want to give people a bootcamp playlist, like, you know, they go in, they get up to like level 15, 20, 25, whatever the case may be, and as soon as they get out of that, boom, into normal lobbies with everybody. That would be so good for this game, because, you know, it doesn't matter like who you are and how skillful you are, you're getting matched with people your own skill. So it's different from everybody's perspective. Like for me, for example, I've got a 1.75 KD, right? I play fairly aggressively, I don't camp it out for that KD. I've got a good shot, I've got good reactions, I've got good map knowledge, and I'm pretty decent at the game. If I go in and play with somebody with a 1 KD, 0.75 KD or whatever, and only play against people at that skill set, I'm gonna fucking shit on them. That's just how it is, that's what's gonna happen. However, if you're 0.75 KD, and you're only playing against people of the same skill level as you, you're gonna die to people over and over again. You're gonna get like, you know, roughly 1 KDs every game as well, and you're not gonna be able to feel like you're progressing. If you do get better and you start shitting on those players, you know, you're gonna get pushed up to the 1 KD players. I know it's not based on 1 KD, I know people will say this. Let's just use this as a unit of measurement here for the sake of conversation, okay? Let's say, you know, 1 KD. You can tell that skill-based matchmaking is not based on KD, but there's a pretty fucking high correlation between how highly you're set up in the leaderboards. I'm sure there's a pretty high correlation between your actual overall KD and where you are in the skill bracket. Obviously, people with higher KDs are going to be up in the higher skill bracket. It just makes sense, which is why I'm using KD as a measurement here. You know, no matter how far you get, it's going to fuck you over. Like, skill-based matchmaking might be okay. It's been in Call of Duty since Black Ops 2 at the very least. Just this year, it's extremely strong, and I think a big part of it's to do with the PC crossplay thing. I'm sure they're especially aware that PC players will fuck Xbox and PlayStation players. You know, what happened in that interview where you could actually turn off peripherals? Like, I don't want to match against PC players ever, because realistically, it's just not good for gameplay. Like, I'm sorry PC players, but you guys know it as well. Like, controller versus PC is just not fair. I think the reason they've got such a strong skill-based matchmaking in this game is to basically keep PC players out of console lobbies. Like, just give us an option to turn off PC crossplay, and for the love of fucking God, let me play Ground War without playing against PC players, because that's a fucking joke in itself. We should be able to just do like console crossplay, and if you want, do PC crossplay, like if you're trying to play with your friends or something, you know, that's perfectly fine to me. But I think that's the reason why skill-based matchmaking is so strong in this game. And yeah, obviously Swag asked him about it, and like, let's be honest folks, it's going nowhere. So if you guys are honestly waiting for them just to change, like Ghost, try to change the mini-maps, try to change the actual maps in the game, guys, you're fucking shit out of luck. It's not going to happen. They're gonna bring new content out, the new content update looks awesome, but you know, it's like putting icing on a fucking turd and calling it a cake. You know, 6v6 is terrible this year, and it will be until they remove skill-based and fix all of these issues that we've got in the game. I'm getting to the end of my rope with this game. Like, I cannot physically continue to play this. Over the last 2 days, I've hopped off the stream, you know, after only an hour or two. Today I like hopped on for 15 minutes, just couldn't do it any longer. Like, literally, it's just stressful to play this game. And Infinity Ward are killing their own game, and they're too fucking ignorant and stubborn to fucking listen to their own community, because they think that they know best, and obviously, they just want to sell battle passes. Let's be fucking honest here, folks. You know, we're not getting the egregious microtransactions this year because the community kicked up a fucking shitstorm. But this is just as bad. They're literally just shitting on their core community just so that they can get Battlefield players and stuff in to buy their battle pass. So it's just as bad, if not worse. If you guys are waiting for Modern Warfare to fix their game so that you can actually have fun, it's never going to happen. Let's be honest with ourselves. I think the only hope that this game's got left is Battle Royale, which is coming out in February. If they're stupid enough to put skill-based matchmaking in 200 player Battle Royale modes, Infinity Ward's just fucking done, bro. I'm not buying an Infinity Ward game again. If they put fucking tanks in the Battle Royale, they can fuck off, in my opinion. But like, that's my opinion. Hopefully you guys agree or disagree. Let me know in the comment section down below. Just being completely honest. I'm just coming off the cuff here, folks. I'm not like, this wasn't obviously a very highly planned video. I'm just talking from the heart here. Just, you know, heart on the sleeve type shit. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Drop a like, subscribe if you're brand new. Go check out Swag's video if you want to hear like exactly what he said, and like exactly what he said, and exactly what Infinity Ward said to him and stuff like that. Fair play to him. He was one of the only people who actually, you know, stood up and asked some questions, so, you know, give him some credit. Not many people would have done that, so fair play to Swag. I have a lot of respect for him for that. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. This has been King. Good luck and peace out.